the final step to regaining our high self-worth is to evaluate and reinvent the life energy. So the life energy, it can be potent, it can be productive, it can be very impotent, it can be very unproductive, it can be scrambled, it can be confused, it can be scattered, it can be drained, it can be clear, it can be directed, it can be highly energetic. Our life energy is our projection. So if our projection is scattered, confused, foggy, we're interlocked with all of these emotions and all this mental clatter, basically our projection, which is the same as magnetism, is going to be weak. So why do we want high self-worth? We want to be magnetic, right? We talk about co-creation. We want to co-create our reality on planet Earth. That's why we want high self-worth, because we know in order to actually manifest, we have to have a lot of energy. So when we use words such as confidence, self-esteem, self-assured, all of that is energy. It's high energy. Leadership, high energy. And magnetism is projection. So cleaning up our life energy, through really channeling, concentrating, and focusing our energy on a ritual, a daily practice that moves us into a higher vibration, that really helps us to shape that higher vibration into our physical life, into our environment, into the friends we choose, into the interactions we have, and the emotions, the mind, the creativity, the sexual energy. When we really begin to channel, direct, concentrate, focus that life energy on a higher vibration and practice that every day, we start to move our projection, which is fueled by our life energy, our projection, which is the vision, the intention, the goal, the dream, whatever that may be. That projection, the fuel is the life energy. So when we begin to really concentrate and focus that life energy on a practice that gives us more joy, which is a high vibration, then we get to experience a deeper desire for transformation. So a lot of people, I want to transform, but there's no fuel. Transformation is, even to death, is a lot of energy is being used to decompose this organism back into nutrients in the soil. It takes a lot of energy for a womb, a fetus in a womb to grow. It takes a lot of energy to transform. Therefore, you need a lot of life energy concentrated on this higher vibrational projection that you're seeding or you're intending, you're putting out there into the earth and this universe. So when we talk about the inner child is the vision. The childhood is the visionary. Meaning, in order to really transform that vision into an actual experience of itself, we have to have breakthrough. We have to liberate something. That's what it means to be visionary, is you're liberating this human experience. A vision is just a soul essence having this broad and vast idea of what it would like to experience on planet Earth. Visionary is liberating that human experience of the childhood. So you're bringing that vision to an actual self It's becoming the self, and we only really get to experience the self when we empower the self. That's when the vision of the self actually becomes an embodiment for the self. To, in this final step, to direct that life energy, that projection of the visionary into an actual transformation. So we know our self-worth, our higher self-worth is our greatest gem. It's our magnetism, okay? It's the projection of our visionary self, of the vision we had as a soul, the visionary we have through liberation and joy, and the transformation we require in order to really stand up for it. So when we really get to experience that practice of concentrating, focusing that life energy on a projection that's going to give us the highest vibration for ourselves, basically what we're doing is we're energizing that life energy. We're energizing it. We're giving more fuel to it. And not only we're giving more fuel to it, we're actually moving that projection in a course that's actually going to give us the image of the self that we all want. That's what we work on, their self-worth. We want an image of the self. Not we have so many images of the self: the sabotaging self, the fearful self, the anxiety self, this insecure self. We want to capture what is the real image of the self. If all of this earthly, anxiety, fear, trauma, if all of that was broken down, broken through, if we were able to liberate all of that, what would the image of self look like, the soul self? That's why we work on our high self-worth, because we yearn as a human to really connect with the real image, not the image of the sabotage and the fear and the phobia and the anxiety and the boogeyman and the lack of energy, the lack of courage. We want to see the real image of the self. And that is our ability to project our great transformation. So we can, we put out the seeds all the time of, I want to transform, and it's all kind of hogwash because it's not projected out. It's just kind of like a floating around thing. When we project it out, we're basically directing our life energy towards that and a daily practice of it. And over time, we start to see just naturally the momentum moves us in such a way. And that gives us this greatness of transformation to know that, whoa, the reality of the self is that the self has this magnificent way of transformation. So whatever it is that we're feeling bound to, it's, limitation this, limitation that projection and that life energy of transformation gives us that stature, that stance of what it means to be a queen or what it means to be a king. So we look at these people who are, very regal and wise, and we think of them as a queen or a king. Why are they such thing? Because they have such transformation in their aura and their embodiment, because they reconnected with their inner child. They broke through all the childhood blocks and limitations and really got to know what is the empowerment self, what is the liberation to all of this sort of confusion and distraction and harshness of judgment, shame, all of that of the world. And through that, they really got to get some sort of skill on directing their life energy. They got really skillful at projecting their magnetism. It got very powerful and strong, their projection, not just a weak sort of, feeling it today, not so much tomorrow. Very powerful projection. And that was able to penetrate the earth in themselves, this universe, in such a way that brought about immense transformation. So when we think of a queen or a king or whatnot, it is the vibration of somebody who actually projected out a strong and powerful image of transformation and actually had the life energy to back it up.